It is the middle of the night in the North Atlantic. The ocean is frozen, the skies are black, and silence reigns across the water until a sonar ping cuts through the stillness. For those who understand what that sound means, it is not just a routine noise. It is the sound of something lurking in the depths, something moving quietly, slowly, and dangerously close. This is the nightmare scenario that NATO military planners constantly train for. A Russian Yasen-M class nuclear submarine, such as the newly deployed Arkhangelsk, slipping undetected into contested waters near a U.S. carrier strike group. Picture the scene. Above the surface, the USS Gerald R carrier strike group sails east on a standard patrol. Everything seems routine until sonar operators detect an anomaly. Instantly, P-8 Poseidon aircraft scramble from nearby bases, sonar buoys are deployed in patterned spreads, and destroyers break formation to expand their listening net. The calm is gone. The hunt has begun. For NATO, these situations are not mere fiction. They are the kind of high-stakes exercises that reflect the threats naval forces may face at any moment. The haunting question, however, remains. How close could a Yasen-class submarine get before being discovered? Could it already be locked onto a carrier without anyone knowing? And if it is happening now, what would the consequences be? Russia's stealth-first strategy. While Russia's surface navy is plagued by aging ships and limited modernization, its submarine program tells a different story. Instead of trying to rival NATO's carrier dominance ship for ship, Moscow has chosen a stealth-first approach. Its investments in nuclear-powered submarines allow Russia to challenge NATO at sea without matching the West's massive surface fleets. At the center of this approach is the Yasen-M class, considered one of the most advanced submarines in the world. Built under Project 885M, the Yasen-M is designed with one clear mission: to destroy enemy surface fleets before they even know it is there. Powered by a nuclear reactor that provides virtually limitless underwater endurance, it can remain submerged for extended periods, outlasting traditional detection efforts. The submarine's outer hull is covered in sound-absorbing anechoic tiles, while its propellers are engineered for near-silent operation. Its hull design allows it to slip beneath oceanic thermal layers, which act as natural sonar blind spots, making detection even more difficult. What makes the Yasen-M especially threatening, however, is its combination of stealth and firepower. It can carry up to 40 long-range cruise missiles, including the Kaliber for land and sea strikes, the supersonic Onyx anti-ship missile, and potentially the hypersonic Zircon, which can travel at speeds of up to Mach 9 and is almost impossible to intercept. Western analysts believe that the Yasen-M is comparable in quietness to the U.S. Navy's Virginia-class submarines, a feat that few navies in the world have managed. This capability makes the Yasen not just another submarine, but a genuine strategic threat to NATO operations. Why NATO is worried. Geography makes NATO especially sensitive to Russian submarine activity. The North Atlantic's most critical maritime passage, known as the GI-UK Gap, running between Greenland, Iceland, and the United Kingdom, serves as a choke point. Russian submarines from the Northern Fleet must pass through this corridor to reach the Atlantic Ocean. If they can navigate it undetected, NATO's entire transatlantic supply line becomes vulnerable. The GI-UK Gap is not just a stretch of water, it is a lifeline. Supplies, reinforcements, and equipment from the United States flow through it to reach Europe. A single Yasen-class submarine operating unnoticed in this area could disrupt NATO's logistics chain, threatening operations across the continent. Worse still, if several of these submarines deployed simultaneously, they could overwhelm defenses and cripple vital supply routes. This is why every possible incursion sparks an immediate and forceful response from NATO navies. Patrol aircraft sweep the skies, destroyers adjust their formations, and Allied ships move to reinforce coverage. It is not overreaction, it is survival. Hunting the invisible. Anti-submarine warfare has always been a contest of patience, technology, and skill, but in today's environment, the stakes are higher and the tools far more advanced. When a potential submarine contact is made, NATO's response unfolds in carefully coordinated layers. The first line of detection comes from aircraft like the U.S. Navy's P-8 Poseidon. These planes carry a suite of sensors, including magnetic anomaly detectors and radar, and they deploy sonar buoys across wide swaths of ocean. Below them, NATO destroyers and frigates expand their sonar nets, using both hull-mounted and towed array sonar systems to detect unusual acoustic signatures. Meanwhile, helicopters such as the MH-60R Seahawk hover above the suspected area, lowering dipping sonar arrays into the sea to pinpoint the intruder. This multi-layered defense is further strengthened by international cooperation. In recent years, NATO allies such as the United Kingdom, France, and Sweden have begun sharing sonar data in real time. Exercises like Nordic Edge in 2025 simulate scenarios where stealth submarines attempt to penetrate defenses near the GIUK gap. These drills have shown that NATO can create a kill box, where submarines entering the area find themselves surrounded by aircraft, ships, sonar, and even satellites monitoring their movements. The cyber dimension. Modern undersea warfare is no longer limited to sonar, torpedoes, and missiles. Increasingly, the cyber domain has become a key battlefield. Shortly after the Arkhangelsk entered service with Russia's Northern Fleet, reports surfaced that Ukrainian cyber teams had breached Russian naval systems. These hackers allegedly obtained sensitive data, including submarine patrol routes, blueprints, and even acoustic profiles of advanced vessels. If accurate, such a breach could undermine Russia's stealth advantage by allowing adversaries to identify submarines before they are ever detected acoustically. This possibility has shifted strategic thinking. Submarines may now be tracked not only by sonar operators, but also by remote cyber teams monitoring their digital vulnerabilities. The implications are enormous. An invisible submarine could suddenly become traceable through software exploits rather than sonar pings. Russia has responded by strengthening ties with China in joint naval exercises, signaling that it is also adapting to the hybrid nature of modern warfare. In late 2024, Russian and Chinese navies conducted drills in the Sea of Japan focused on detecting and neutralizing hostile submarines. Meanwhile, Western powers have quietly demonstrated their own resolve. Reports in early 2025 indicated that the United States had deployed 2 Ohio-class submarines, each armed with more than 150 Tomahawk missiles to undisclosed positions. It was a subtle yet powerful reminder that NATO maintains overwhelming firepower beneath the waves, a dangerous history of close calls. Today's submarines may be stealthier and deadlier, but near misses are nothing new. In March 1984, the Soviet sub K-314 surfaced directly in front of the USS Kitty Hawk off Japan, and the carrier collided with it, tearing through its sail. No lives were lost, but the sub carried nuclear weapons, turning a routine patrol into a near catastrophe. The lesson endures. Even with quieter subs and faster weapons, the risk of miscalculation remains as they test defenses and operate in the shadows. The thin line between posturing and escalation. Encounters at sea can spiral dangerously fast. In simulations, Yasen-class submarines have silently locked onto U.S. carrier groups, scoring paper kills. In reality, even the faintest anomaly sparks NATO's full response. Helicopters sweeping, Poseidons patrolling, destroyers arming. The result is a pressure cooker where a misread sonar ping or decoy could trigger escalation within minutes. Most subs slip away, but the risk of open conflict is ever present. Hybrid undersea conflict. The fusion of stealth submarines, hypersonic missiles, and cyber warfare has created what strategists call hybrid undersea conflict, a battle space where sonar and software matter equally. Victory depends not only on quiet submarines, but also on integrating intelligence and technology. NATO's strength lies in cooperation and technology sharing, building a defense web hard to breach. Russia counters with a few advanced submarines designed to offset NATO's surface dominance. The stakes are high. A misstep beneath the waves could trigger a chain reaction above, dragging nations into unintended crisis. If this deep dive changed how you see the fight beneath the waves, do me a favor. Hit like and subscribe for more frontline stories from the world's most contested waters. Drop a comment with your take. Are these undersea encounters calculated deterrents, or are we inching toward a dangerous tipping point? I read everyone, and I'll pin the sharpest insight.